You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Anyways, we're live right now, eh?
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, why don't you tell people what you've been drinking?
I had some wine made by the place that where the old Zeller's store was.
Yeah. I'll just show people. It's strawberries Zinfandel.
Yes.
That was that's what we're drinking right now.
Yeah,
How'd you like that?
I like the process, how they make the wine, how it goes into the bottles. That's the first time because we make our own wine at home.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've been into a store that they have the kids.
Well, anyways, just to explain to our readers, I had 120 bottles arrive, so that's going to be our wine for surprise.
And good 6 months or so, and it's good for the heart.
Yeah,
right?
No, thanks for coming out.
Yes, I appreciate that, Pete.
Helping out, but we're just sampling some of the strawberries Zinfandel.
Yes, and it's excellent. Very good.
Yeah.
And I would say to people that like wine, to try and make it. Go to these places like the one at the old Kmart. What's the place called again?
Oh, that's Wine Kits. There's also Stonehouse. There's and then there's the other one downtown.
Downtown, yeah. Try it. You know what I mean? And all different kinds of wine, and it's good with a meal. And you know what? It's healthy for you in moderation. You have a glass at lunchtime, a glass at supper time, and if you can't sleep at night, the hell with the sleeping pills. Have a glass of wine, and you'll fall asleep.
Now, how long you been making wine for, you and Mama?
Since I was a kid, 6, 7 years old. My dad, my uncle, every year, October, used to get the cases of grapes off of Bruce Street. 50 to 60 or 70, 80 cases of grape, maybe 75 white, 5 red. Make a burgundy kind of wine. We had the old whiskey barrels.
Yeah.
And they say that the whiskey barrels make the wine.
Yeah. You know what we should do next election?
Yes.
We should line up with different bottles of wine. You know what? I'll have some.
Wine, the Liberals. Yeah, we would do something.
Liberal, we could do a deep red.
Yeah.
Tories, we could do a blueberry blast.
Yeah.
Green, we could do, all these fruit wines. Green apple.
Yeah, the ones today.
Cider.
Cider, yeah. Yeah, and we'll have a little...
what would we do for the NDP?
NDP?
Tangerine?
No, you know what? My homemade wine, Burgundy.
Your homemade Burgundy wine, cool.
Yeah, we try that.
Now, have we decided on a topic for today?
Let's talk about how fortunate we are that we live in a peaceful country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going around the world, but all in all, you know what I mean? In a sense of peace, we don't have to worry about getting bombed or you know what I'm saying? We've been fortunate, and I count my blessings. Like I say, when I get up in the morning, I say anything above ground is a good day.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Pete?
Oh, I think so too. Did you see the city council meeting last night?
No, but I heard Garfor and Mr. Kayiko. I was reading on SiouxToday.com.
Yeah.
A fine .com operation had some insights, and there was a little bit of it seemed to me when I read it was like there was a little friction between Mr. Kayiko and Mr. Garfor, and then Mr. Roswell was the referee kind of thing, and Mr. Garfor said that he brought a house, he brought a Volkswagen or some kind of thing, and he would be more than happy to come every 2 weeks. But you know, my gut feeling is I think it will go through, because it doesn't make sense for him to come here, buy a house, then come to city council in a surprise way, and then fool everybody. Yeah. If he's done that, then you know what? He should be an actor. He'd be good at it. So I think it'll go through. What do you think, Pete?
I don't know. I think Kayiko, I'd like to see it go through. It sounds like a great project, but I think Kayiko asked some good questions.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'm often hard. I don't like the direction Jack Layton has taken the NDP. That's no secret. But I think we saw out of Steve Butlin some of the old Tommy Douglas NDP. He was asking, he was polite, but he was asking some good questions.
That's right. You know what? If you got nothing to hide, you answer the question. But if you get defensive and you respond with a non-responsive response, that tells me that's an individual that's trying to hide something. I'm not saying him per se, but in general, when somebody doesn't respond to a question, but answer with a question, or being non-responsive with a different answer to the question, then I get suspicious. Yeah. So I think Jamie was right. He's representing taxpayers, and those questions are relevant.
Yeah, and you know what?
If it was a question that wasn't relative, then I could see Mr. Garford getting angry.
Yeah,
but
and I don't think you can say they were playing politics because
no, they're asking.
you know Jamie's always been identified with the Conservatives, and
But you know what, this is not a political.
no, and that's what I'm saying, and I'm saying Butlin's always been.
You know, they said, "Where's the money?" or whatever, and he asked.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Jamie's always been identified with the Conservatives. Butlin's always been identified with the NDP.
Yeah.
The fact they're both asking the same questions.
That means that's just common sense.
There's something.
Critical thinking.
Yeah.
Very precise and to the point.
Yeah.
And then when a person cannot answer the question, you know what? You continue asking the question until you get the answer.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the answer, at least have the decency to say, you know what? I don't have the answer right now, but I'll take it under advisement and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
I think that's how I would approach it.
Now, a lot of our readers are asking about community development.
Okay.
One of the things I've proposed is an arts district.
Sure.
What do you think?
That's good for community. It teaches people about different cultures by the people's painting, and it also teaches people about awareness of other cultures and people around the world. Because certain different pictures may come from different perspectives, like European, Native, American, whatever the case may be. That's healthy for the community, and it's also attraction for tourists.
Yeah.
Because without the arts, you have no democracy.
Yeah.
And I believe that very strongly. When people through history they destroyed art,
Yeah.
that was the beginning of the end of democracy. Do you agree with that, Pete?
Oh, actually, I do.
Yeah.
That.
We were talking about that gentleman. What was his name? What was that guy's name? He was defending someone's free speech.
Oh, Noam Chomsky. Yeah, one of his books.
Can you mention that? That was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Chomsky.
You made a very
course
good point
is,
about that issue. If you can.
Yeah, where
elaborate.
Chomsky. I mean, I used to dismiss Chomsky as just sort of one of these leftist complainers until the one day, and you got to understand, for someone like myself, growing up, I've had good friends that were Jewish.
Yes.
You know, I've actually seen the tattoos on the mother's,
Yes.
you know, on my friend's grandmother's arm. And it was actually the one time I felt that free speech, it should be suppressed.
Can you give that example?
Is with Holocaust denial, but yet Noam Chomsky, who's Jewish,
defended that.
yeah, defended a neo-Nazi Holocaust denier.
And what was his reasoning?
Saying that, you know, people should be free to express
Their free
obnoxious
Yeah, the free
opinions, and that's what free speech entails. And for me, even though I want to agree with Chomsky, although I that's one area where I do draw the line. I respect him for going all the way on that.
Yeah, because he also said as
You
much
know?
as the person is repugnant,
Yeah,
because once you go that slippery slope.
but I mean, I think if we were to get an arts district in Sault Ste. Marie,
Sure.
I don't think this is the type of art we would want.
No.
I'm thinking more like you know, we've heard about the Group of Seven. Yes, they were
Yes.
great, but I
Yes.
think it's time for our generation to produce its own.
Express their
Yeah.
individuality and what they want to. Because
You know?
art projects the future. Because
Yeah.
it's people's inspirations, their hopes, their desires, and that's positive.
Yeah.
Because when you have a positive art community, you have
Yeah.
positive thinking, and you
And
have.
we've got all sorts of influences here. We've got we've got some excellent writers here. We've got
Yeah.
some excellent visual artists. We have some excellent native
Yes.
artists,
I
and
agree.
you know, it is its own art form.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? It should be shown to the world. Because I say it doesn't matter if you're Native, Italian, French, German, whatever the case. You have something in your heart and you want to express it.
Yeah.
Show it to the world.
Yeah.
Because it's your right to express yourself.
Okay.
And through the art community, that would be great.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Salute.
Salute.
Hey, the cup's right there.
Oh, salute.
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 Hey.
Chandan.